It's a beautiful day in South Central Wisconsin. I'm here at the Quarry. Where are we? Quarry Ridge? We're at Quarry Ridge. So it's Quarry at Quarry Ridge, coming at you live, South Central Wisconsin. As you can see here, where'd that man get all that ass? So I don't know what kind of animals live in these swamps, but typically what live in swamps are tadpoles, frogs, gators live in swamps, a lot of Florida gators. Like I said, we're in South Central Wisconsin, not South Beach, Florida. I know their swamp structure is really similar and they really break down evenly if you compare and contrast, but it's not the same, I promise you, because the gators in South Central Wisconsin are at least 2 inches bigger in diameter than gators in South Central Florida, but Wisconsin doesn't have as many gators, so it's not known as the gator capital of the world. It has a lot more dairy per pound than gator per weight. Ponds are variety. They come from a lot of different places. Most ponds come from water. A lot of ponds come from water. My armpits are sweating out here. It is a scorcher today, folks. Yeah, I know my producer holding the camera is wiping his brow. I know. It's a hot day outside, so, if you're having any cookouts or anything, today's probably the day to do it. And we're going to go that way. I wanted to go that way, but I got yelled at because I wanted to go. Fuck, there are bugs in my hair. I want to get a picture of the sign, but Tavian and Tyler thought I was going to walk into the street, so they had to yell at me and turn around. So now we're going this way. And we'll hope you come with us. Follow us along, please, as we come down here. So we have some nice foliage covering. This is what provides something that I like to call, and other scientists in the field like to call, shade. It dampers and takes down the degree that the sun beats on you from outer space with its intergalactic gamma rays that bleed into your skin. Is that milkweed? Do you know if that's milkweed? Maybe I should know if it's milkweed. But just because someone gave me a microphone doesn't mean I actually know what the plants are. It looks a little... Well, this looks a little green, and it also looks a little pink, kind of. Because, okay. And it's fuzzy, so it kind of has, cotton on it. A little bit. It's green and white and lavender. But I don't want to get my human oily hands all over it, because what if that disrupts the natural evolution of the plant? So I don't want to disrupt this natural habitat. So I'm not going to touch any more of the plants, because that's the one thing you do in nature is you don't disrupt the scene. That's what the first thing they teach you in nature school. We're going to keep it moving. There's some other floral and fauna over here. If you come look, these look to be, to me, yellow flowers. And there's some bugs over here. So you want to get a close-up on these. I know these are really, they're in bloom this time of year. They look like little diamonds, kind of, or beautiful waffles, maybe. Maybe the sun's the closest thing that they look like, but I think they look like beautiful waffles. And there are a lot of rocks in this area, because Wisconsin was carved out from a glacier, believe it or not. Is that Tavian? That is Tavian. I was talking about rocks. I prepared this whole thing about rocks, and he just did not want to hear it. I was trying to talk to him about it in the car. Well, nature comes from the earth, right? And a lot of stuff comes from the earth. A lot of your favorite stuff, maybe. But, trees grow from the ground, because they don't, you know how you come out of your mom, right? And some eggs get laid from, or some animals come out of eggs. Trees actually come out of the ground. And that's kind of plants' thing. That's their calling card. So if you see some shit out of the ground, that's how you probably know it's nature. And that's what nature is, mostly. And it's a lot of the time it's green. A lot of the time it's other colors, too. There's diversity in nature. Ooh, crazy. So, it's always there. Some of it's good to eat. Some of it can kill you. You can get poison ivy, and that sucks. I've never got poison ivy, but I know you have to itch yourself, and you have to put a bunch of ointment on, and that's probably expensive at the Walgreens. No, I don't want to pay for it. And then what else is there? There's a lot of animals in nature, and we're in nature. We are nature. I hear these people behind me. I hear these people getting closer to me right now. Anyway, yeah. So people are in nature, and they build houses in nature, and so do animals. Something we have in common. That man had his shirt off. I might have my shirt off. See, that's another thing about nature is that I'm so happy that that man introduced a brand new transition, because most people actually did not start out wearing clothes in nature, believe it or not. All people were naked until someone decided to start making clothes. And that didn't happen until probably about 1765 or somewhere around there, I would imagine, where they got the cotton gin and they started knitting, maybe, or when they, well, they had to have done that first because people wore like clothes before then, like people who wore like fig leaves, but like you don't need to grow those. I mean, you do need to grow those, but you don't need to buy those or sew those because you can grow those, you know? And those are in nature. So to tie it back to nature, we are in it. So what I really like about Wisconsin, South Central Wisconsin specifically, is the beautiful variety of lakes. We have truly an amazing amount of water in our state, because Wisconsin typically, well, before the industrialization of the world, obviously, it was implied. I didn't really need to say it. I knew you knew what I would be on before I even said it, but I had to, you know what I'm saying? For the producers, right? We can stop right here because, I mean, man, isn't that just a beautiful shot of water? Wisconsin has been blessed since, like I said, it was a glacier with a lot of water in abundance. Before a lot of stuff was made in this state, it was actually swampland. And that kind of ties back into the gator thing I was talking about, because gators live in swamps, and that kind of, and I mean, it all kind of circles back to Wisconsin in a way. But yeah, so we just have a lot of lakes in Wisconsin, like Lake Mendota, Lake Mendota. So there's Monona and Mendota, and then there's there's Devil's Lake, and there is what other lake is there? What other lake is there? Whatever lake is there? There has to be another lake in Wisconsin. Lake Michigan. Wait, yeah, Lake Michigan's in Wisconsin. That's 4. Tavian and I together come up with 4 lakes in Wisconsin. I think there are 7 major lakes in Wisconsin. I don't know if that's true, and I don't really even know where I'm getting that number. There are 7 seas, but I don't know if there are really 7 lakes, but I think there are 7 lakes. It feels right when I say it. So we're going to keep walking, but man, just really appreciate the water, because we're not going to have it sometimes, because, you know, what if it's gone one day? So it's hot. Is anyone else hot?
Okay, so this is production man, Tyler, right now, working behind the scenes. As you can see, it's been a little hot. Our lead communicator has decided to remove his shirt and wrap it around his forehead. This isn't a part of our normal programming. I just want you to know that if you're hot, do what this guy did.
I'm getting bug bites, I think. Kind of wish I had a bike. Maybe Wisconsin's the land of brats, because what it doesn't have in 20,000 lakes, because it only has 15,000 lakes, it has in bratwurst. We do have Bratfest, and I think that's a staple of Wisconsin, but we're not Germany. So I wonder if this was broken down, sort of like college basketball and the NBA, is Germany the overall place for bratwurst, or is Wisconsin the overall place for bratwurst per capita? Since it's smaller than Germany, and we do have Bratfest, is it a more concentrated point of brat? We do not have flying squirrels in Wisconsin.
Apparently we do.
No, we don't.
Apparently.
How many? How many species? How many species?
Wisconsin has 2 flying squirrel species. The southern flying squirrel is common statewide. The northern flying squirrel, a species of special concern in Wisconsin, is found in the northern third of the state. Both are nocturnal.
Robin is our state bird.
Really? So the robin is our state bird. There has just been an influx of dogs. Do you think dogs have day jobs? And if they do, what do you think their call? Are they just day dogs? Probably not. It's still day jobs, but like, what would a dog's day job be? Probably running of some sort. It'd probably involve running. Maybe like running to generate electricity so the dogs could generate their self-serving feeding bowls so they wouldn't have to rely on humans to feed them. And that's already one thing that they could become self-reliant in doing. So maybe that's a dog day job. Maybe. And then maybe another dog day job would probably be hunting, because they need food, and without humans they would need to make it, so they would need to catch squirrels and bunnies. So that's another thing that they could do. I think maybe also dogs could catch deer. I think if a dog fought a deer, I don't know if a dog is necessarily losing just because a deer can kick it in the face with its deer legs. I think a dog might have a decent chance of beating a deer in a fight. I would have to see, though, because that's dog and deer. That would be a crazy fight. I think that there's too much excitement about Jake Paul and Malcolm X boxing each other. That bird's walking on the water. That bird is walking on the water.
How is it doing that? Can you tell us about these birds, please?
This is a Wisconsinite symbol. This is a symbol of Wisconsin. A webbed foot, wet foot. It walks on water, and normally it just kind of eats the things on the top of the water. And it's brown, and it goes kind of like, and that's its jingle, and it walks in the water, and it picks at the water, and then it flies away, and then it goes find. Hello, sir. Do you know about the Wisconsin webfoot, wetfoot? No, they're not. They didn't seem like they had time to talk, but I know I always got time to talk about a Wisconsin classic. So thank you for asking me about that gracious bird. Thank you for joining us on our Wisconsin venture of the Quarry Trail. I'm Corey on Quarry Trail, and we hope we liked it. We talked about swamps, we talked about birds, we talked about meat, we talked about Germany, and we talked about rocks, and we talked about insects, and we talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about Hardface the Pilot's new team. We talked about Hardface the Pilot's new tape that's coming out this Saturday. He said he's dropping it. So be on the lookout for that, because that's why we came out here and did our nature trail. If you come out here, maybe you'll hear some Hardface music playing in the woods. And we hope that you listen to it on Saturday and that you like it. And we hope that you watch the next time where you catch Supa friends outside, talk about maybe some beautiful nature or more things that we clearly know a lot about. We hope that you have a great time, and we hope that you ride a bike today and wear a helmet, or don't wear a helmet, but I strongly advise you to wear a helmet and ride a bike today. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later, Wisconsin. We love you. No one's gonna let us into a party, bro, because we're not gonna be downtown, bro, because we don't have the keys, bro. We need the car keys. What? By the Hardface the Pilot
Mixtape.
By the Hardface the Pilot
Mixtape. You do not need to buy it. It's free.
There's an album,
Mixtape.
and you have to buy it. It's Hardface the Pilot album.